Let's go with Ahmed. First question: what do you think went well during the interaction?
I think what I liked kind of flowed through the conversation. We all kind of stayed on topic a little bit more this time, and we kind of like here was the question, gave some information about the topic, some background. Let's discuss the meat of it, and then kind of give some more ideas about it. So I liked the conversation. It felt like it flowed, and I felt like we stayed on topic. But it's really easy to talk to these guys. So
What was the topic?
how to implement long-term athlete development with an emphasis on how.
Okay. So the next question is, what could you adjust next time if you do the same thing, the same presentation, or something you would like to do even next time?
I would have liked to spend more time on the how exactly, like more specific, like dive even more than surface level on how. Like I know we had a good discussion, but like maybe ask more questions about okay, like what do you do at training specifically that you feel like impacts player development? What do you do at games? Share some tips here and there. So I think we talked more about the general topic and maybe 25% on the how, but probably would have dove more a little bit on the how.
Okay, the how. One takeaway you have from this presentation?
Just in general, like about the topic. Yeah.
Everything like after this meeting, something like a stick in your mind.
It sounds like we're all on. It's reassuring to hear that since we all coach 11v11 teams, that if we don't have the player with the fundamentals, actually, I'll take that back. One thing I took away was that if we don't get players that have the fundamentals and the skills early on, I think we all are guilty of looking at those players maybe as not as they're not going to be developed as properly, and maybe we should look at it as they're just going to play a different division and be more recreational, but we can still develop that player, and that player still has a development pathway. That's kind of something that stood out to me that we're all guilty of, that I felt like we were all on the same page of.
So coming back just to understand exactly your takeaway, I think Rumen said that like he have two teams, same age, different skill level. Would you agree what he's doing? Like with one team, he went back to one stage, and with another team, he stay or move up to one stage. Just to clarify.
Yeah, I'd agree with it. I mean, you train different levels a little bit differently, so I like how maybe he's using different language, different tones, and different intensity of the training session. I thought that was unique.
So you will go to the fundamentals for the weaker team skill level, and you will keep trying to train or whatever, trying to compete for the another team, no?
Yeah, but I have a hard time with that because, like, when you look at the graphics, and Mark and Roberto talked about it as well, like, different windows when you teach them something, like, should we go back to fundamentals and focus on it, or did we miss the train? So ideally, yeah, I would say go back to the fundamentals, but is that the right thing to do in terms of, like, player development? Because if you look at the data, it says this is more of like ages 4 to 8, right? When you should be doing this, and then after that, you should be teaching them train to train or something like that.
I also remember Roberto said in the same team, he have like players maybe more ready to, I think was training to win, and another players like training to compete. So there's another discussion of like Roberto, he adapt what he has, so now we have to take a decision. But basically, it's if you will adapt or not to the stage you have in your same team, or you have two teams in the same age, no? That could be the takeaway. Now we need to decide what we're going to do. Okay, good. Do you see what I did now with you, Ahmed, or no? Do you realize what I'm doing now with you or no?
Maybe a little bit, getting me to reflect.
Yeah, by doing what?
Asking me specific questions.
Okay. So the takeaway, Roberto said that, remember, about two players, different stages inside the same team. And Rumen also, he say something about two different teams, same age, okay?
Mhm.
So next time, how many times do you follow up in detail to any answer Mark or Roberto or Ruben provide? How many times you went in detail to them?
Probably 0, maybe 1 if I got lucky.
Yeah. So it's just one recommendation. So next time you can choose. You cannot go to every single answer because you know it's gonna be impossible. But by doing that, even you can rephrase. Now you can get in detail because I have a lot of curiosity to see what is going on with Roberto's team, and also have more curiosity. In my case, now maybe you have more curiosity, but that answer might connect how to implement the long-term development, long-term athlete development. So that
Gotcha.
you can connect, no? Like in his experience, what he's doing, this is what he does, and maybe that one, okay?
Okay.
So let's go now to everybody else. Let's go first with Mark. Take away. What do you think went well, Mark? About this, the whole interaction, everybody, like not only individually, but everybody. Uh-huh.
I think it went well. Like now, the fact that we met, personally in the in person meeting, it